jumping around a little bit as far as chronology of our experience of the year. We did 3 of the lessons of the Becoming Like the Master series. So the one we started with at the beginning of the year was lesson 4, Trusting the Master. That's where we talked about what is faith. And you guys already remember what faith is, right? Who wants to yell out? Okay, so that's our Hebrews 11:1 commentary on what faith is. But we I'm trying to drill home what we might call a dictionary definition. So you guys didn't know you're going to be quizzed this morning. It's also because, yes.
Fully trusting yourself to somebody.
Nice. There you go, Jessica. To entrust oneself to someone in complete confidence. So yes, it's not just believing in something that we can't prove. It's our heart condition of fully entrusting ourselves to God. So we saw that faith is based on relationship. Romans 10:17. So faith comes from hearing, and hearing through the word of Christ. So just like in our human relationships, as we get to know someone, our trust with them can either increase or decrease. We can find them to be reliable, or in some cases not so much. But of course, God, by nature, being faithful, just review that. So the more that we interact with Him, all of those relational interactions serve to increase our ability to completely entrust ourselves to Him. And specifically through His communication. So this is how we tied in lesson 4 with lesson 3, which we talked about the year before this past year. Just how does God speak? How can we grow in listening to Him? And just seeing how the more that we hear Him, again, His nature is faithful, so the more we hear Him, the more our ability to trust Him grows. We also saw that faith is completed by action. So James 2:14, what good is it, my brothers, if someone says he has faith, but does not have works, can that faith save him? If a brother or sister is poorly clothed and lacking in daily food, and one of you says to them, go in peace, be warmed and filled, without giving them the things needed for the body, what good is that? So also, faith by itself, if it does not have works, is dead. He goes on, was not Abraham our father justified by his works when he offered up his son Isaac on the altar? You see that faith was active along with his works, and faith was completed by his works. So we kind of boiled this down to 3 steps of faith. That faith comes by hearing. So first we start by listening. Then we respond to what we're hearing by choosing to trust, right? This is not only believing, but it's a commitment of, I'm going to rely on God in this situation. And that being completed, that heart condition of trust being completed by that action step. Whatever He's inviting us to do is, based on what we're hearing, that's what that action step of faith looks like. So we talked about how faith, the action step of faith is not just whatever we think trusting God looks like, but it's on the basis of the leading of the Holy Spirit. Some things may seem very passive. So I like to use that example.